All my life, I felt like an idiot. I was ashamed of being me. No matter where I was, I always was the odd one out. And I was sure that everyone was laughing at me. I felt as if I was playing a game without knowing the rules. Everyone else seemed to know the steps. Everyone seemed to listen to the same music. But I was dancing to my own beat. Only when I played D&D did I feel good. When I play D&D, I do the music. I'm a rock star. But besides the game, I was too stupid for small talk, too dumb to know what I was doing. But I never forget the rules of the game. Now I know that I'm autistic. That means that everything is too loud and too bright. That means the world is a confusing place. I feel insane because the people around me do absurd things and then they act like everything was normal. On many days, I want to commit myself to the madhouse. On my good days, I think I'm the only sane person in this madhouse. So I do feel insane, and I like playing games in which I pretend to be someone else. Go figure. In school, I was an outsider. Back then, I thought it was because my parents were hippies, because I had been in India for 2 years before I went to primary school, because my life was so different from the boring people lives. But that never made me the cool kid. It made me a nerd. And back in the 80s, nerds weren't cool yet. Tell me about being bullied, and I'm sure I will know what you are speaking about. But I was bad at mathematics, and I was bad at school. I was never one of the nerds who are ruling the world today. Thanks God. I disliked computers, physics, and chemistry. I despised them for being too mundane. The only time I can focus is when I'm focused on something I like. But I only like useless things, like D&D. In my working life, I fight my forgetfulness by keeping 3,000 to-do lists. But I either forget to look at those lists or they are so long that I'm scared to read them. But when I'm the game master, I forgot nothing. I know what we did last session. I know my player's character sheets by heart. I can remember rules from games I played 30 years ago. I would have no problem whatsoever running a Rollmaster session tomorrow. That is a lot of confidence for someone like me. Someone who rehearses conversations before starting them. Someone who gets depressed when he has to attend a meeting. Someone who has a panic attack when he has to fill out a document. I love character sheet, but text returns horror. I love to learn the rules of a new game system, but I have to wobble in many meetings because I have no clue what the hell is going on. I love creating whole worlds, but organizing my work is sometimes a bit too much for me. Being autistic is so funny, but the joke is on us, on the autistic people. Having conversation during lunch break feels like trying to take notes on three different stories being taught in five different languages, all at the same time, while we also try to control our facial expressions via remote control. Small talk is too complicated. Work feels like war. Everyday tasks feel like a complicated math problem. Bureaucracy is torture. Being me feels like being a creature that sinks in 2 dimensions, but is supposed to move unnoticed through a world that is 3 dimensional. I bang my head a lot. But when I escape into the game, I can do 4 dimensions. When I am the DM, I can listen to my players' conversations. I can plan 5 dimensions ahead. I can come up with speeches on the spot. All at the same time. But I still can't do mathematics. When I sit at the game table, I am not the odd one out. Instead of dying inside, instead of banging my head, I feel like myself. I can climb mountains despite of my fear of heights, and even so I can barely swim, I can dive down to the bottom of the ocean. When I play a role-playing game, I can be who I want to be. I can be a spineless warrior or a stupid genius. I can be a criminal forest fairy or a noble vampire. I can finally be who I am. When I play, I do not have to pretend anymore that I'm perfectly normal. Now I'm 50 years old. But I have only known for a few months that I'm autistic and have ADHD, that I have AuDHD. I do not really know what to do with this information. Yes, it explains my life so far, but now what? My life is still too many dimensional for me, and nobody pays me to play D&D. Just because I know what the problem with my damn brain is. I still do not know how to navigate this matters. However, the doctor who diagnosed me said that I should simply spend more time doing things I like to do. Okay? The name of the channel is AuD&D because I want to talk about my autism, my ADHD, and games like D&D. But maybe not much about D&D. I will talk about myself as an autistic person, but mainly about role-playing systems like Daggerheart or Fate. That are my 2 favorites right now. From time to time, I will also make some fun of this world I do not fit into. If any of that interests you, if you've ever felt that the only world you fit into is one you have to invent yourself, then you are most welcome here. Leave a comment, give me some love, tell me what video you would be interested in. Daggerheart, D&D, Fate, Autism, AuDHD, or the stupidity of the stupid world. See you soon. Keep your face, but take down your mask. Bye.